Hey everyone, today we're gonna make some killer braised meatballs. Now there's a little bit of magic in each step, from mixing all the ingredients together, to browning the meatballs, making the sauce, and braising them. So pay attention and let's jump right in. All right, first things first, let's talk some meat. I've got 228 grams each of beef and pork. This is coarsely ground. If you can't find coarsely ground meat, no big deal. I just like the texture better in the braised meatball, okay? So this is gonna go in the bowl. A little mix. All right, this looks good. Next, let's just pre-mix our dry ingredients, okay? And we're just gonna do it in this bowl right here. So I'm gonna add 42 grams of panko breadcrumbs, okay? And 28 grams of grated Parmesan cheese. There. Next, we're gonna do 12 grams of sea salt and 15 grams of finely chopped parsley. There. To finish up, I'm gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon each of cinnamon, allspice, and fennel seed, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano and crushed red chili, and of course, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. All right, just gonna give this a quick mix. Like this. Just kind of evenly distribute the ingredients here, and then right into the bowl. There. Now I'm just gonna mix these ingredients together, kind of incorporate all those dry ingredients with the meat. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, some folks say that you gotta pre-soak your breadcrumbs before adding them to the meat. And I don't know what that's all about, honestly. I've never had an issue with a dry meatball. So don't take it as written in stone. This recipe works great, okay? All right, let's mix the wet ingredients. I've got 1 egg and 113 grams of whole milk ricotta cheese. And we're just gonna mix these two together until they're evenly combined. All right, that looks good. Now, just marry everything together, huh? All right, that's nice. Now, we just gotta mix these wet ingredients in to all the other ingredients. Now we have the binder to our meatball. If we didn't have the breadcrumbs and the ricotta and the egg, we wouldn't have any glue to hold everything together. It also keeps the meatball nice and tender. So this is looking really good now. So let's go ahead and portion our meatballs. I've lightly greased my hands with some extra virgin olive oil, okay? And I'm gonna grab a little bit of this meat and gently form it into a meatball. For this recipe, you're gonna get about 12 2-ounce meatballs. It's more than enough for a family of 3, okay? But the recipe is easily scalable. All right, that about does it. Let's take these meatballs over to the stove and we'll brown them off. All right, we got a sauce pot over medium heat here, and I'm gonna add just some extra virgin olive oil here. I don't know, maybe about a couple tablespoons worth. That looks good. Now just add your meatballs to the pot. I'm gonna do mine in 2 batches because I can only fit 6 at a time. You don't wanna crowd the pot. All right, this is what we're looking for. That is some nice color, all right? So I'm just gonna turn these guys around and try to get some color on as many sides as possible. All right, that about does it with this step. Now, we're gonna braise these meatballs in a tomato sauce. So I'm gonna add 64 grams of onion and about 14 grams of minced garlic. Give it a little stir. That looks good. And once these guys have cooked for a few minutes, we're gonna add a heaping tablespoon or about a little over 14 grams of tomato paste. Just let that cook in. All right, that looks good. Once the tomato paste is cooked for a few minutes, go ahead and add 794 grams of crushed San Marzano tomatoes. Give everything a little bit of a stir here. God, it smells great. Nice. Whoops, almost forgot we gotta season this. So, teaspoon or so of sea salt and another stir here, just to incorporate that. All right. Now we're just gonna nestle these meatballs right back in to our sauce. And there's really no need to cook the sauce for any length of time because it's gonna go right into the oven, all right? All right, there we go. Now, we're just gonna place a lid on this pan. I'm gonna place the meatballs in a preheated 325 Fahrenheit oven. I'm gonna cook them slow and low and check on them in a couple of hours. Oh my God, my house smells fantastic. You guys ready for this? Let's take a look. Oh, yes. Oh my God, these look incredible. I'm almost speechless. So let me plate these up, okay? All right, let's get these out of the way. Now these meatballs would be great with some really good bread or even pasta, but I've got creamy polenta ready to go, okay? My bowl, my polenta, super creamy. Nice, it's so silky and smooth, beautiful. All right, here we go. Oh, it just kind of sinks in there, man, settles into place. Let's add one more. Beautiful. Of course, we need a little bit of sauce. Go. There we go. Of course, we can't forget some grated parm. A little bit more, just for good measure. There we go. And since there's some Italian parsley in the meatballs, we'll finish the plate off with a little bit of fresh flat leaf parsley as well. All right, that looks good. Fork in hand, I'm ready to dig in. It's been a long day. I'm starving. Oh man. Here we go. Oh my God, so good. I'm gonna clean up this entire bowl. I love sort of that Lebanese influence from the allspice and the cinnamon in the meatball. Really has something unique going on there. Some really good flavor. And of course, it's really hard to say no to meatballs and polenta. So polenta, I said polenta, polenta. So yeah, fantastic dish. They're super tender. They don't wanna fall apart, but they are just a little over fork tender. Just wonderful. So anyways, if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Catch me next time. Thanks for watching. See ya. My God.